Hmm. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and good morning, everyone. My name is Tabitha Insyira Sugihen, and today I will be doing a presentation of my thesis proposal, and it is titled Unveiling Myth, a semiotic analysis of selected songs in the Korean Wives Coyote Stories album. So, we're moving on. Oh, sorry. Okay. So, first things first is the background of the study. So, myths have long shaped cultural values, evolving into powerful frameworks that influences modern storytelling. Music, as a universal art form, has transformed from mere entertainment into a tool for myth making. According to Emerson 2025, music serves as a medium for deep narratives and mythological themes, allowing musicians to express and critique societal issues. That is created. For example, the Crane Wives, a folk-inspired indie band, exemplified the storytelling approach in their song lyrics. And then semiotic is an analytical method for studying science. Barthes's semiology examines how individuals interpret different aspects of life through symbolic structures. Barthes conceptualized myth as an ideological narrative, a system through which cultural meanings are constructed. Moving on, so the research question of the study is what myths do the selected songs from the Crane of Coyote Stories album create and communicate through Barthes's theory of denotation, connotation, and myth? And then the purpose of the study is to identify the myths created and communicated in selected songs from the Crane of Coyote Stories album. Moving on to the significance of the study. Firstly, theoretically, this study expands the application of Barthes's semiotic framework in literary analysis, examining myth, emphasizing myth as a central interpretive tool. And then second, practically, it enhances the understanding of complex meaning in the song lyrics, aiding public interpretation and serving as a resource for future research on myth music. And then into the scope and limitations. This research focuses on textual analysis of four selected songs from the Crane Life Coyote Stories album. The first one being The Moon Will Sing, and then The Hand That Feeds, Sleeping Giants, and Never Love an Anchor. This study strictly examines the lyrical content of the songs without addressing musical composition or performances, as unfortunately these four songs have no existing music video also. And then the key terms of the study is semiotics, myth, and lyric. Moving on to the literature review. First thing is semiotics. Semiotics is the study of signs and symbols, examining how meaning is created and interpreted. Barthes's framework, also known as semiology, analyzes cultural science and their ideological applications, according to Herbert 2022. And then denotation and connotation. Denotation refers to the literal meaning of a science, while connotation adds contextual or cultural layers. Meaning evolves over time, influenced by by social and cultural factors, where signifiers become signified elements in an interconnected process. And then myth. In semiotics, myth is not simply a story, but structured ideological framework that influences cultural understanding. Barthes interpreted myth as a meta-language that redefines science, reinforcing ideological narrative. Myth functions beyond surface meanings, shaping how people perceive and structure reality. Moving on to the previous study and research gap. So, previous research has applied Barthes' semiotic theory to song lyrics, focusing on denotation and connotation. Some even have has applied this theory of Barthes in music videos and any other medias. For example, studies has explored themes such as mental health, beauty standards, fatherhood, emotional struggles, even existential themes. While these studies analyze Semitic meanings, few focuses on myth and as an overarching narrative structure. This research fills that gap by emphasizing myth construction and the Korean Wise lyrics. And it addresses the gap by emphasizing the broader ideological structure in the lyrics, contributing to both literary and musical analysis. Moving on to the research methodology. This study, first things first, is the research design. This study employs as a qualitative approach to analyze myth and song lyrics using Barthes' semiotic framework. According to Miles Habermas and Saldana, qualitative research focuses on in-depth contextual analysis rather than numerical metrics. This method enables a comprehensive exploration of the notation, connotation, and myth in selected text. And then the data and data source. The data consists of lyric from four songs of the Great Noise in their Kyoto Stories album, which is the songs are titled The Moon Will Sing, The Hand That Feeds, Sleeping Giants, and Never Love an Anchor. The lyrics are sourced from their official lyric videos on the Crane Wife YouTube channel. And the research instrument of this study is me as the researcher myself, as I am responsible for data collection, analysis, and interpretation. And then the data collection technique is done by listening to each song individually, reviewing official lyric videos for accuracy, and then selecting lyrics that explicitly engage with myth. And then lastly, data analysis technique. This study follows Miles and Haberman's and Saldana's 2014 qualitative data analysis framework by identifying and categorizing lyrics based on Barthes' semiotic elements, classifying lyrics by denotation, connotation, and myth for structure interpretation, and then interpreting findings and using triangulation with secondary courses to ensure methodological coherence. So, in conclusion, this study analyzes how the Korean collected songs constructs myth through Barthes' semantic frameworks by examining the notation, connotation, and myth. We uncover deeper meanings in the lyrics. A song, The Moon Will Sing, The Hand That Feeds, Sleeping Giants, and Never Love an Anchor, reveals symbolic narratives that shape cultural perceptions. This research highlights music as a powerful tool for myth making, demonstrating how lyrics go beyond entertainment to convey deeper ideological message. And here is the references that I use for this specific study. That is all for my presentation today. I hope that my message is delivered successfully and you are able to understand what I'm trying to research. That is all for me. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and thank you, everyone.